Hey everybody, this is Mr. McKee with CTI120. Today I'm going to go over the last packet tracer in this course, which is 9.5.1.2, putting it all together. Alright, I do have the packet tracer already up. Alright, there's my desktop for my packet tracer. If you look at the icons, we have a server, S1 switch, a router, then an ISP, and then it goes over to a home cluster. Alright, one thing to notice I'm going to hit my fast forward button just to make sure that things converged. We don't have a connection right here between R1 and S1. That's going to be typical because although the switches, all the interfaces are on when you first power it up, on the router they're going to be shut down by default. All right, so we're going to have to turn that one on. All right, and that's kind of hard to see too, but we'll get to that. And then also, we normally don't have this icon right here, but that's called a home cluster. And if you click on that, that shows you the actual inside of the house. All right, so it's coming from that ISP to a cable modem over to my wireless router, and then we have a hardwired PC. We're going to have 3 wirelessly connected devices. All right, down the road. All right, they're not connected right now though. All right, and to go back right here, top left of the packet tracer desktop, we have a arrow. Click that. That brings us back to the main page. All right, I do have up the activity window also. I have it tiled so it's easier to look at. All right, so first thing on our addressing table, it shows us our R1, S1, and our server IP addresses for the interfaces, and just make sure you understand that that subnet mask is not a stateful Class C address. Subnet mask. It's a 255.255.255.224. So just remember to configure that correctly. All right, and our scenario, this activity includes many of the skills that you've acquired during your network essential studies. First, you will configure the IP addresses on the network devices in a simplified network. Second, you will set up the wireless configurations in home network. Finally, you will verify your implementation by testing end-to-end connectivity by accessing the web server, which is www.server.pka, and router R1 using SSH in the simplified network. All right, that sounds cool. Just one thing to note also, completion rate is only 0 out of 33. We're not 0 out of 100 points normally. We'll have that unless we have some kind of questions. We don't have any questions for this packet tracer though. So as long as you get 33 out of 33, you should be good to go. All right, so first thing we want to do is configure our router, R1. All right, so we need to configure the device name according to the addressing table, which is right there, R1. So click on R1, click on the CLI tab. All right, it's booted up. All right, good to go. We're getting some kind of logs on there. Hit enter to get to the command prompt. All right, first we want to go to the privileged exec mode. So enable, go to the global configure terminal, hit enter. All right, so our host name is going to be R1. All right, move my cursor over a little bit. All right, configure the IP address on gigabit 01 interface according to the IP addressing table and enable the interface. So here's gigabit 01, IP address, subnet mask, and then turn it on. All right, so let's do interface gigabit. And if you guys notice also, I'm only typing in a couple of letters, and then I'm hitting tab to auto-populate the command in there. All right, interface gigabit 01. All right, and now you can see I'm in the interface because I have config-if. All right, so I'm going to do IP address 209.165.201.1. All right, with a subnet mask of 255.255.255.224. All right, just verify that that's right. Should be good to go. Hit enter. All right, we want to turn it on, so no shutdown. All right, tells us it's up now. All right, hit enter to get back to the command line. All right, so next thing we need to do is create a banner that warns anyone accessing the device that unauthorized access is prohibited. Make sure to include the word warning in the banner, because that's how it grades it. Looks at the warning text. All right, so let's do exit. All right, so we're going to do banner, message of the day, MOTD, and now you guys can put in for little delimiters. You can do, I do hashtags usually. You can do that, or you can do like, I think exclamation points, or I'm sorry, dollar signs. I just do hashtags. Okay, so we need to make this thing, let's do a warning. Warning, this device is for use only. Is prohibited. All right. Make sure you put a hashtag on the end also. Hit enter. All right, should be good to go. I'm not going to look at my running config right now though to make sure to see if it's right. I'm just going to keep on going and go back. If it's not, the completion rate's not all the way 33 out of 33 when I'm done. All right. Assign Cisco as the console password and enable login. All right, so let's do the line first. Line console 0. All right, see how I'm in command or config -line, so that's good to go. All right, we're gonna make our password Cisco. That's gonna be local. Okay, so login there. All right. Cisco the console password and enable login. All right. Assign class as the encrypted privilege exec mode password. All right, so let's exit that. Let's do enable secret class for enable password. All right, encrypt all plain text passwords. So let's do service password encryption, and it auto-populated that in there. So hit enter. That should be good to go. All right, that encrypted all plain text passwords. All right, so configure SSH on R1. First thing we're going to do is set the domain name to networking.pka. So we're going to do IP domain. IP domain name is what? Networking. Yep. PKA. Okay. Then we're going to generate a 1024-bit RSA key. So let's do crypto key generate RSA. It'll tell us, okay, set your modulus between 360 and 2048, and it wants us to do 1024, which is pretty normal. All right. Create a user with the username admin and password Cisco123. So let's do username. And if you notice right here, we get a little message that says SSH is enabled. Username admin, password Is it Cisco? 1, 2, 3. All right. Configure the VT lines for SSH access. So line VT 04. Transport. Input SSH. Use the local user profiles for authentication. Local. Alright, so that should be good. Alright, switch S1. And you can check the results if you want to. Alright, R1, good to go. Just make sure you don't reset the activity. Alright. This is back where it was. Alright, one more time. This. Alright. So switch S1, configure the device name according to the addressing table, which is S1 up there. Hit enter, enable configure terminal. Alright, host name S1. Alright, so configure the IP address of the switch on SVI interface according to the IP addressing table and enable the interface. Alright, so we're going to set up VLAN 1 so we can connect into the switch. So let's do interface VLAN 1 IP address 209.165.201.2 with a subnet mask of 255.255.255.224. Alright, no shutdown. Right. The link's up, protocol's up. Hit enter to get back to the command line, the command prompt. Exit there. Alright, that should be good to go. Check my results. I like doing that. Let's see. Alright, so we're good to go. To do some configurations on our server and other things. Let's hit close. Once again, open that up. Alright, configure the IP address of the server according to the IP addressing table. Alright, so the NIC needs to be that IP address, subnet mask, and gateway. Alright, desktop, do it right there, static, 209.165.201.30. Subnet mask has to be 224 for the 4th octet, and default gateway is 209.165.201.1. Alright, DNS server doesn't need to be changed. Exit out of that. Alright, so next, wireless router in the home. Enter the home cluster. Alright. From the web browser on PC, configure the following. Click PC, go to the web browser. Alright, so 192.168.1.1. Hit enter. Username and password are both admin. Alright, so it looks just like a standard Linksys or Cisco access, or I would say Linksys access point. Alright, so we're going to change the SSID to that, WPAT personal for security mode, and passphrase. Alright, so let's do that first. So that's under wireless. Alright, SSID is capital M, lowercase y, capital H, lowercase O-M-E. Alright, that's SSID. Go to wireless security tab. Security mode, now make sure this is correct also. WPA2 personal. Alright, encryption doesn't change. Passphrase 123 Cisco with a capital C. Alright. Can save it. Of course my phone's gonna ring while I'm doing a video. Alright, so I was gonna click Save Settings. And it should be good. Go back in here, 192.168.1.1. And what? Admin. Alright, so back in here, let's check our wireless. Oh, it didn't save it. Alright. My home. Wireless security. That's weird. It saved that passphrase, but didn't save my wireless. That's why I check it. My home. Oh. Save settings. Alright, so I'm just making sure my settings are saved. Alright, my home, WPA2 personal, 123 Cisco is the passphrase with a capital C. Alright, DHCP configuration. Now once I change the wireless router IP address, if I have to log out of it, I just need to make sure I'm no longer going to be able to go to the stock IP address. To put in 192.168.20.1. Alright, so let's go back to setup. Alright. Alright, my IP address is going to be 192.168.20.1. Alright, my subnet mask is going to stay the same. One thing that you see on here, this needs to update to 20.1 also. Let me go ahead and hit save settings. Alright. 20.1. Alright, so one thing you might have to do, I normally have to do this, is once you change the IP address, that third octet to 20, this seems like it might take a little while to update your DHCP pool, starting at 192.168.20.100. It stays at 1, that third octet. What you have to do is actually, when you hit the save settings, if you've already changed that IP address, it's going to not let you log in at all from a web browser on your PC. You may have to go to your wireless router and go in there and see I'm actually in my wireless router now. And you might have to start your IP address right there, or you might not be able to connect from your PC because the IP address has changed. You can go here, and if that's the little grayed out IP address, if it's 192.168.1.100, just click static and then click the DHCP radio button again. It'll get another, see how it got the next IP address in the DHCP pool, so 101. So right now we should be able to connect, but I do have that problem quite often. Well, 192. All right, 192. Come on. All right, that. So let's click there. Oh, that's perfect. All right, now work. All right, sometimes there's a lag on packet tracer. 192.168.20.1 CTI120-SP19. Alright, so now I get my login window, admin, go in there, make sure, alright, IP address is right. Alright, we're starting IP address is actually, the default was 100, but we're going to start at 101. Maximum number of users is going to be 100. DNS1 is 209.165.201.30, that's right. Alright, so let's go. Let's just verify everything else. Save settings. Alright, settings were successful. Continue. Alright, so end devices in the home. Configure the wireless settings so that the end devices can access www.server.pka. We know PC1 is good to, our PC is good to go. Let's start at the top. It's in a PIPA automatically configured IP address 169.254. So what we need to do, before I jump ahead, let's go to our wireless. Where is our wireless? Alright, let me try this. Alright, where's my wireless network card? Alright, so let's do this. Let's go. Alright, there we go. WPA2. Personal. Or PSK. Alright, passphrase is 123 Cisco. Alright, everything else is good to go. See if it finds the IP address. Nope. I need my, oh, right there. 23 Cisco. Let's put in my home. Yeah, that'll work a lot better. Should pick up probably 102. There we go, that's fine. Alright, that one's good to go. Got our dash line. Let's go here. It's so weird that usually you don't configure tablet PCs or PDAs with packet tracers, but now on a laptop you have PC wireless settings. Alright, connect. My home. I want to connect to that. WPA2 personal. 23 Cisco. Alright, connect. Alright, that one's connected. And finally our PDA, because a lot of people have PDAs. Alright, go back here. Let's do my home. Let's do WPA2 PSK. 23 Cisco. Let's do static and then back. Alright, So it picked up the IP address 192.168.20.104. All right, so we're good to go. Everything's connected. We've got completion 33 out of 33. Check our results just in case we didn't have all 33. Everything has green check marks. All right. So what you need to do to submit this is a screenshot of either this, well, actually, you don't have to do that screen. You can go back here, screenshot of this showing that you have 33 out of 33. Should show your username. All right, that, and you actually packet trace your file, and that's it. All right, pretty easy. Oh, one other thing too, while I got you, I wanted to show you guys this in class, but if I go back, all right, when I was configuring this router, was it Cisco? Class. All right, we go to show run. All right, let's do full screen. All right, now you can see that I've set up everything on this router. It's got a little lag in there, but you can see I've got SSH configured on my VTY0-4. I've got a password for my console, which you can't see because it's encrypted. Banner message of the day is right there. Here's my IP address I set up right there. Username, password for that user that's set up. And I believe that was it. We enabled secret right here. And that's, well, right there too. Set this domain name, networking.pka. And that's it. That, and then your switch. We didn't do much with the switch, but enable, whoops, enable show run. We set up the VLAN 1 SVI so we could remote into it. And I believe that was it. We set up that and we named it S1 for the host name. And that's it. That's all you need to do. You notice now we have green, everything's converged, everything's green, we're good to go. All right, thanks for watching.